One Walayat has a connotation different from just rafaqat. Walayat in Arabic can be read in three ways. Wali has a sense of rafiq as well, as a friend. But Wali has a sense of being a master as well. So it's not just a rafiq. And Mawla can also mean a master as well as a slave in Arabic. So this word Wali is a very interesting and all-comprising word. Whenever you use it in reference to God, there the meaning can only be the first two meaning, that is a master and a friend, and shouldn't be extended beyond that. So Wali in that sense is mostly referred to as master, while Rafiq has no connotation of being a master at all.
So can you
just a companion.
Can you explain this word Rafiq revealed to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam? The name Rafiq revealed to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam.
This was used by Hazrat Rasulullah himself. Why are you insisting that it was completely a new revelation to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam? This is wrong. The last word of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were ila rafiqil ala, ila rafiqil ala, fir rafiqil ala, fir rafiqil ala. So if God were not known to him as Rafiq, why should he have said that? The very last words of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were fir rafiqil ala, fir rafiqil ala. I want to return into God, my friend, the higher, the sublime friend. Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
So we have got the chance ultimately.
Exactly. Could Hazur most kindly describe for us the definition of hiba and also kindly explain its significance according to the teachings of Islam?
Now what bothers you? You tell me that first. Why you thought of this hiba? You must have, some aspect of hiba must have, educated your mind in a
hiba is, to me, hiba is a sort of gift.
It is a gift, not a sort of gift. It is a gift.
Yes.
So,
but hiba.
So, what do you want to understand about gift? Gift is an ordinary term.
But it's
understood by everyone.
What I understand with discussions with my friends, hiba has got a big, a wide circle of meanings and all this, which.
But still, please sit down. I don't really know what you want to find out about hiba, but I will try to explain a few things. Maybe some of them satisfy your question. The fact is that there are in relationships of give and take, man knows a few relationships and almost entire human behavior and conduct in give and take can be categorized under these heads. Number one is a tax. In tax, on one side there is coercion, and on the other there is a feeling of weakness and helplessness. Willy-nilly you have to part with your well-earned money or your property or whatever you possess because some superior power, authority with power of coercion demands this from you. That is called tax. Exactly opposite in the meaning is sadaqah, as we understand in Urdu, I mean. that is giving of alms. There is completely no power of coercion or extortion applied. But there is, of course, an inner feeling of compulsion within you, which makes it impossible for you not to part with your money. That is sadaqah. Now sadaqah, the inner force which compels you to part with your money, could arise out of pity or out of fear for yourself. And most of the sadaqat are divided into these two categories. Out of pity, when you see a moving scene, extremely pathetic, where people are suffering so much out of lack of money, then you feel uneasy. But even if you could, nobody will compel you to give anything to such a person, but the life itself would become miserable for you if you are sensitive enough. So that inner force is born out of sympathy. That inner, motivation is born out of sympathy. So then you give something and try to satisfy yourself. Secondly, out of fear for yourself. You see a dream, some warning comes to you, or you fall ill, and you think that you have been negligent in your duties to the poor, and the only way to please Allah and to seek His mercy would be now to say, give something to the poor so that He is pleased with me. So that is not born out of sympathy for anyone else, but born out of your fear for your own self. And then you give sadaqah. The third give and take relationship we know is that of robbery and fraud. There also is compulsion, but an illegal compulsion employed. You can't help it. If you have been defrauded of some money, some superior mental force has been exerted against you, which has tricked you of your rightful possession. But you don't want to part with it. And if possible, you could have retained that thing which has been taken away from you illegally. Or robbery, simple robbery, application of force, but illegal force, which you would like to resist, and in some cases you could as well. It's not the force like the government's application of force in extortion of taxes, etc. So these are some categories, and now add to it tijara, where both parties think that they have to draw some benefit out of this give and take. And both somehow, generally speaking, derive some benefit. But sometimes one party goes into loss and sometimes the other party goes into loss. There are possibilities of losses and profits, and there are possibilities of profits on both sides. Most often than not, in ordinary trade, we find profits on both sides. These profits have been analyzed by Marx in detail in his book Das Kapital, but he has omitted certain factors either intentionally or through ignorance, and has not created the whole picture. He gives the impression that the gains are just usurpation of somebody else's labors, and the losses are that labor lost, that sort of thing. And he has gone into mathematical equations to prove his point, and given an economic philosophy which is called scientific socialism. But regardless of what he thinks, the fact is that in most human beings, it is the tijara, the trade, which is employed. And in that, both parties gain something. Leaving trade aside, you go into another type of bargain where commodities don't exchange hands. ends